Welcome back to another video. This is your girl Miss Beth with today I'm going to talk about gratitude over grumbling, and it's just a returning resident's perspective. I want to thank all of you who are new to the channel. Welcome, and thank you for all of your contributions to the conversations. Thank you. Please know your presence is appreciated, and I'm just hoping that this will be another video that you appreciate and will share it out, and let us continue to grow. For my regular people, I appreciate all of you. For my members, thank you so much for sticking with me for so long, supporting me. When you watch the videos, when you watch the ads, when you become members, when you do the super chats during a premiere or a live session, when you like the videos and you say thanks to the videos, you see the little $ under the video there. Those are the ways that we get our little revenue from Google. I know, I'm here. And so I thank you for all the ways that you're supporting. Again, for those of you contributed to the scholarship fund, as again, let me say it again loudly and clearly. This is now the end of May almost, and so June is coming in soon, and as soon as I get the list of the kids who have done well on their PEP exams, then we will be talking again about the vouchers. So I don't want anyone to believe that because there's talk about it, that their monies went somewhere. Your monies are fine, and in time you'll see the vouchers purchased for the students who have done well on their PEP. We also have one parent that we're going to be supporting during that time as well. And again, for those of you who are new to the channel and you're interested in supporting the kids in rural Jamaica, as one school in particular, kids who are finishing elementary school and getting ready for high school. We know that when it comes to textbooks, there are many kids going to school without one textbook for the school year. Not sure how they're able to get the work done, but we know it's not an easy feat here in Jamaica. So those of us who are returning, the little we can do, please don't withhold any good thing from these children who are trying. We don't know who will become the next doctor, the next lawyer, the next teacher, the next nurse, the next carpenter, the next mason, but all of them will need a foundation in basic skills in order to continue onward and upwards. So the least we do for them, Christ says he is there to bless it always. But I'm just talking now today about a situation yesterday. I was in the bank sitting, and one of the things, listen, when I just came and the shell shock, I know one of my videos is at 20,000 views, and boy, the comments are just growing and growing and growing, because I spoke about my experience, and my experience was that speaking proper English when I leave the walls of my home to go out to into business places, that I walk in and the natural thing for me is what I'm used to. I go in and I ask in a proper form, do you have this or do you have that, or may I have so and so? And a lot of you took offense to that, but a lot of you understood that when you are away from a country, that you lived more years in a foreign country than you live in your birth country, it can be interesting. So if you come back and right away you're not speaking Patois when you go out in the business places, then be patient. It's nothing wrong. We're still spending our monies. We still are respectful. We're still contributing to what's going on. So there's no need to be aggressive and be disrespectful and feel that it's so bad. So for me, I know the first experience in the bank was really interesting because 5 hours, they had only 3 people at the counter for customer service. And one teller, she took 5 hours because we walked in the bank and we walked in, she was already helping that lady and her husband. And it took her 5 hours. I'm telling you that we sat there. I didn't think we were going to get through for the day. But they said once you're in the bank, they will see you. And I saw it happen, how long it took them to process things and to get information to people and things like that. But now I'm a seasoned attorney because now I know this is the norm. I'm patient. I'm not going in to say, boy, I've made it in America. This never. I'll never compare Jamaica to a foreign country because I know the resources are different. And so today I will talk about, so yesterday when I went to the bank, it was full. Just 2 tellers were working and a long line. The bank was so full because remember Friday was a holiday. So everybody who would have done their business on Friday had to wait for yesterday to get it done. And so we walk in the bank and it was full. I chose patience. I know the realities as a returning resident. I've learned that things move a little slower here. Not out of laziness, not because they're lazy, but often because of the limited resources. So I understand that. So when I noticed and appreciated was that they provided chairs for me and other senior citizens to sit. And so that alone, that little act of care, it says a lot for me because, you walk in there, you're standing on the line, and after a while, man, it can become tiring, and so even if air conditioning is in there, the doors constantly opening back and forth, it's hard. So it's going to be hot. And I like that those chairs are there. When I went yesterday, a lady, she wasn't, not in my age. She seems much younger, maybe in her late 40s or so. And the chair was helpful for her because she fell and her knee was so swollen. So she was saying to me, she was wondering if she could go down to the hospital if they would see her that time of the day. Because this was about like maybe 9:30, 10, maybe about 10 a.m. And she showed me her foot. I said, oh my goodness. I said, it doesn't look broken, but did you put some warm thing on it, like a warm towel and massage it? Because it was really swollen. And I said, what happened? She said, the goat, she went to tie out the goat or something, and the goat wrapped her around and pull her down. So she fell on her knee. She got a hard lick. And she could hardly walk, but the chairs were there. So that was an awesome thing. The chairs were there, so she was able to sit. And so that, when you walk into that bank, it is appreciated. For me, I appreciate it. And as a matter of fact, when you sit there, you kind of get a little priority because we get through quicker because they call one from the regular line and one from our section if they see us sitting there. So one teller is focusing on the regular line and the other teller is focusing on the regular and us. And so that is beautiful. And so while I sat there waiting, there were 2 people who came there, returning residents, man. One of them should speak a proper English, man. And they started talking and she was saying, oh my God, not in America. Look at that, 2 tellers. And look at the line. If it was in America, they would have called a supervisor or a supervisor would have come over and send help, send another teller on the line right away. And so the other lady, she said, me, that's why me not put my money in a Jamaica bank. Me left all of my money in America bank. Me look there to the because I say, somebody send some money Western Union and beg me to come pay the bill. Otherwise, me no come in and me no bother with them people at Jamaica at all. So, I'm listening and I'm saying, boy, oh boy, man. It's like people are looking at these small facilities. American banks are big banks. You have so much resources. Can you walk in, and it's different. It is different. Furthermore, you have so many banks in a short space, in a small space. You have choices. Because when we lived, you had one, two, just a stone throw. You can just, if you go to one area, you say, you can hop out and drive not even 5 minutes. You would have access to another branch. And so it's different. You can come to Jamaica and feel like you're going to get the same services in other countries, So I listened, but I didn't say one word to them. I just sat there listening, and I was just smiling because I was sitting on my behind, and contrary to whatever, I was sitting and I was thankful that the line was long, but they provided that space so we could sit and wait until they get to us. So Jamaica is not perfect, but neither is anywhere else. I didn't return expecting America in Jamaica, in the Caribbean. I didn't. I returned to reconnect with my roots, rebuild with hope, and embrace the rhythm of home. Yes, sometimes we wait, but we wait in the sunshine. Just thinking, we're waiting in the sunshine. We're not waiting in the bitter cold. We're waiting in the sunshine. We wait with neighbors. I was there talking to the lady who hurt her foot. I was there, we were, you're standing in line in America, white people are standing around and tell me who you're going to talk to. Sometimes they don't want to see you there, And so we have to appreciate what we have where we have it. And again, we wait with stories to tell. Because that lady, when they go pull her down, it was so sad to, And then it bring back so much memories when I was young, and granny have the goat them, you have to tie them out a month time before you go to school. But now in my head I was thinking, but I was never dragged down by any of them, because anytime the goat start pulling me, let him go. As soon as them start getting too strong, you try to tie 2 or 3 of them you have to deal with, and you go for, and you have that one who feel like he want to go over there so go eat, and I'm going to pull you. So I not force no goat, I let him go, make him go and go eat. And so I don't know where she was, what area she was, how far she was going, but she's hurting. I hope today she feels better, because that foot, she was literally like bending so low, giving ease to the pain. And I have my cane here. I said, because I don't really need my cane, I don't use my cane, but I said, oh God, if I knew where, I'd have really give it to her to help her. Because you see, it was painful. Just watch her walking. And it was bad, and she came by herself, and she needed support. So, my people, my fellow returning residents, let's not bring complaints. We have had enough of those. Let's bring change. Let's bring the change of kindness and understanding. Let's bring the better parts of what we have learned abroad and blend them with the beauty of home. Gratitude over grumbling. Always. That's how we build a better Jamaica. A lot of times we just think that we're still in America, or some people come home with money. Some didn't come with much because they come home with just their retirement money. And some people, they might have been able to save and do this and do that, and while others were raising families and giving back to others. Some people say, oh, come them to have nothing and them to have. And you'd be surprised to know how much. It's not that they don't have, but they gave back and helped so many. So it's okay. But whatever form we come back in, let us be humble. And let us treat people with kindness. Let us treat people with respect and love. Not because we have and we can buy whatever. I did groceries yesterday and this is just, I make sure Kayla has her juice boxes for snack time, her chips, different types of chips. I give her a lot of Gatorade because of the sun, and she plays a lot. So I give her Gatorade so that she can keep on replenishing You know, and and when she hit the button, it was $39,000, you know, and so I am thankful I'm able to do, and the other thing was my daughter, just like I was talking to her, and my driver, they stole his vehicle. He went to work and parked his bus, is what they call it, and they stole it right there from where he works as a water commission person, and they stole the bus, and so I had another ride that took me, and just very thankful, you know, just so very thankful. But just to know that these things do add up. It's not cheap in Jamaica, I'll say it again. But we have to understand too that a lot of stuff is a lot, they do a lot of imported stuff. They don't make a lot of stuff here in Jamaica. So you're gonna be, no matter how people say buy local, buy local. What's local to buy? You know, it's a lot of things to buy locally, but I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. And I've been doing great here because I know the color dyes that I'm allergic to, and I'm able to avoid them. And part of that is because some things are still coming from America that I have access to. But apart from that, I just go in, I shop, pick up what I need, pick up what Kayla, I have to provide for Kayla to keep her going. Thank my daughter, she finished out the school year for me so that her car fare, her lunch money, her after school monies are intact. And God be praised. So let us remember, guys, gratitude over grumbling. Let's not grumble. Let's help. Let's give back if we can. I'm not telling anyone to come home and take your money and give to people, because you don't know how long, you know, things will go on and you have to provide for yourself. But let's not grumble and talk down and class people. You know, we know it's not laziness in Jamaica where people are slower. It's because of the resources. You need resources. To bring in another teller, you need to pay another teller. And so that's how the thing goes. So make it a great day by choice, my people. Much love and respect to each and every one. Let's just keep it real and talk to me about your experiences in the chat. I know some of you say, yeah, them slow and them, you know, but understand when we talk about their slowness, again, just please close your eyes and remember you're in Jamaica. You're not in, somebody tells me Jamaica is not a developing country. So I said, well, if it's not a developing country, then, you know, it should have more resources. So we have to understand when somebody says developing, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just not a big old country with industrial stuff going on and opportunities galore. It is a developing nation. That is why people leave to go elsewhere to get jobs and find a better way of life. So, you know, I love Jamaica. That's all I'm going to say. Make it a great day by choice. Take care. Wow. Yeah.